The Buschy and Bobo Show, a healthy scratch podcast. Here's your hosts, Kyle Busch and Brian Rager.
Welcome back to the Buschy and Bobo Show, episode 38.
Treat A!
Look who I found.
It's the Bobo.
It's Bobo. He's back from Vegas. We're going to talk a little bit about that because I haven't heard the whole shebang. I know you went with Will, but...
Yeah, the only thing I told you is I almost came back a Golden Knights fan, so...
I heard Golden Knights fans are smart.
So...
And I'm not saying that ironically. They actually are, apparently. So we'll chat about that. As you can see, we have a little bit of a new setup.
Yeah,
and
little glowy lights.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've been wanting to do this for a long time because, like, when we started during COVID, we had to go on Zoom because we couldn't see each other because if we saw each other, we'd die.
Yeah,
so
we couldn't be within 6 feet of each. Well, and then even when the restrictions, we couldn't be 6 feet.
Right.
So
yeah, and now we can be 6 inches apart. It's like 6 inches, and that was just a quick dick joke right there.
It's a lot of room.
It's tons, man. I know all about that. Yeah, so setup, I don't know. Hopefully people like it. I don't have a Red Wings logo on the front, not a Canucks logo, but still a little bit of a work in progress.
It's your property.
Listen, we're in my garage, but I've always wanted a spot that, like, I can yell a little bit.
Yeah!
Because we got I got the little one inside, and the dog's always in there. I don't want to be too loud, and people are sleeping and stuff. So I thought this would be kind of like a nice way of, hey, we got like a little bit of a set,
Utilize the garage properly.
Yeah, and if I want to pull the car in here, I just pull the desk back. We're good to go. The interesting thing is, I got the Red Wings logo on the front. We tried to change the lights. The app is a little messed up. I'm going to have to work on that a little bit. But I don't know. Like, an interesting thing that I've been talking to you for a while about is like kind of resurrecting some of my just Red Wings content.
Yeah.
Because I know that I talk a lot about the Wings because obviously I love the team, but I know that sometimes I kind of leave you in the dark because you're not going to know who William Wallander is.
Exactly.
Or Albert Johansson and shit like that. So what I said is like, hey man, we could like kind of expand and have kind of like two like healthy scratch type podcasts. So
our main one, which is this.
And like, it's one of those things where like, it's tougher and tougher with like just life, right? To like, hey, we can both get together and do this like all the time. Because for me, I would do this like every other day, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not something that we can both get. We're both working and we got a lot of stuff going on, right? But one thing that I am going to try to do at the same time as doing the Buschy and Bobo show, right?
Yes, sir.
Is this right here. The Red Wings report is going to be kind of a second content under the Healthy Scratch umbrella, right?
Yeah, underneath the whole banner.
Right.
And that's a banner.
That is a banner. No, it's not. That's just painted on my wall. It's just my artwork that I painted. Can you imagine? Our artist is so damn good. And we do have the logo. I don't know if people can see that. Probably,
hold on,
so much. Hey, wait a minute. Mouse pad. Bam. There we go.
Mouse pad.
Obviously, we do have, I have a nice banner hanging way over there too, which I will swap in and out for fun. But
a lot more Red Wings deep dive in on that.
Well, it's one thing where I thought, okay, there's two reasons. Number one, I'm not going to bore the shit out of you.
Fair enough.
Because I know there's times where I just go, I'm just talking about it because I love doing it. But
and then that's when I just do one of these.
Yeah, half the podcast you're like, fucking shut up and let's talk about actual other stuff, right? So this way I can just go, let's get it all out of the system. Another thing that I think it's all going to be Red Wings-esque, okay? There's a few other things that I want to maybe mention or something's going on. I'll quickly say it. But most of that stuff that's not Red Wings is going to be us, right? Yeah. So I thought it was a way to kind of like filter out that from the Buschy and Bobo show and like make it just hockey for us. Like, obviously, we still talk Canucks and like I'll mention like, hey, the Red Wings stuff. I might even say like, hey, hey, did you see what happened in the draft? The Red Wings, like, check the video out. I did one on the Red Wings report.
Exactly.
Figure it out. Go over there and check it out. So I think it's going to be kind of fun. Another thing that I'm kind of excited to show you, like literally after we're done this podcast, I'm going to show Bobo the whole editing process. It's a lot of fun. I like doing it, and I know like a year or two ago you dabbled with a few using like DaVinci Resolve and stuff. So what I've tried to figure out is like, okay, we have a podcast that we post on YouTube and Spotify and Apple and stuff, but people aren't going to watch an hour-long podcast on YouTube. But something that like Spit and Chicklets does is they have their long-form content, sometimes 4 hours of a podcast, and then they chop it up into 10, 15-minute little chunk videos, right?
Yeah.
And then you have your short-form TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I've figured out how to do that, so I thought, well, why not? I can do it for our show. I can do it for that one, too. I'm having fun with it. It's kind of a fun thing to do.
Because, like we said, first thing, this is not a full-time job. This is not a job at all.
It's absolutely hobby for me. And the thing is, it's a little bit of a challenge to see, like, can I do it, right? First of all, how easy will it be? Or what are the challenges? A lot of the stuff that I have figured out already is I've written it all down, to like make sure, I figured it out. Go by the book. Here's the point number 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this while you're editing, and like you're golden, right? So trying to kind of create a little bit of like your own kind of Charlotte's Web of content that's one's feeding into the next and stuff. So I thought that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. So that's something that will be starting within the next, I'd say, week or two. I still have a couple other things that I have a few artists like making things, and then there's probably going to be a few upgrades to our show too. In terms of like YouTube and things like that. So you will see more short form content, which I know a lot of people will actually like, probably more than just going on watching the whole hour, right, of us
just going back and forth.
Nonsense. Which is what we do. Okay, dude. Okay, first of all, I texted you a picture. I just have to get this out of the way. There was something, I feel like I know most things about the Wings. But in terms of their history, like before I was a fan, I still know the players. I still know like generally how they were. But in the Dead Wings era, which was kind of like in the 80s, right, when they were terrible, so if I said Red Wings mascot, what would you say?
The octopus.
Yeah, the purple octopus, right? And I would agree. Not that they have an official one, but playoffs, he comes out of the scoreboard, all that stuff.
Yeah.
What if I told you that the Red Wings had a mascot that wasn't the octopus in the 80s, named Winger? Okay? I swear to God, that's one of the pictures I sent you. Also, I saw, linked to this on Twitter, was someone did an AI version of all the mascots.
I saw the AI one.
Did you see the Red Wings one?
I'm pretty sure I went through all of them.
Serial Killer Big Bird?
Yeah.
Okay, pull it up, because I sent them to you. You're going to shit your pants laughing. It's so funny. Dude, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that nightmare fuel. He has a machete. What is that?
What brand is that on his pants?
Bobrovsky. I have no idea. Here, let's show the camera here. Like, as close as we can here. What the hell is that? That's nightmare fuel. That's an AI generated. I don't know. He's got a machete. I don't know if you can see that.
He has a lazy eye.
Lazy eye. I mean, he's got like dreadlocks. It's crazy, man. But look at Winger. If you can go to the one.
What the hell is this?
Yeah,
thing?
it looks like a
Chicken Shack mascot.
Yeah, like you want some chicken wings? Throw it on there. Like that's kind of
brutal.
Funny. It's so funny.
This is horrible.
For some reason, Santa Claus behind him. I don't know.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
That's like the worst Red Wings jersey I've ever seen. It's not even the right logo. It's like totally white.
No, this jersey looks like it's from freaking Goodwill, from some knockoff team.
I knew you love it.
And
Winger. Dude, bring back Winger, boys. This is great.
No, don't bring back Winger.
Bring back, we want Winger.
No, you
bring him back.
You bring back Winger, you're...
Well, they should have brought him back when they were terrible. Because then it'll boost the players, right? I mean, that's why Buffalo had the Buffa Slug jerseys. Yeah. Now they've got to come up the way.
Oh my God! Why did you show me that?
Winger, and we could upgrade Winger with that AI and like make him a little more
lazy on
a knife.
Winger.
Yeah, serial killer.
Machete and...
Yeah. Wouldn't it be a good idea?
Those.
I don't remember what the Canucks one was, but all of them were like the Sabres one was like a goat on cocaine.
The Predators was like Predator from Alien vs. Predator.
Which is not even close, but that's why the AI is so funny. Okay, I needed to tell you.
Well, I knew about the AI one, but Winger I did not know about. And I wish I didn't know about.
All I'm saying is bring back Winger. Okay.
You deserve a punch in the nuts.
Okay, you, whenever that was, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, went to Vegas.
I did.
Okay, tell me about Vegas. It doesn't even have to be hockey-esque.
No.
Because you went for how many days?
We went for 4 days, me and my brother-in-law.
Will Dog.
Yeah, we went for 4 days, and we stayed in the middle of the strip there at Harrah's. Ended up just having a good time, did a little gambling, did not do so well myself. Will made a little bit of monies. So
did he share?
No, he did not share.
I would have shared with you, buddy.
I tried to make some retirement funds there, but...
Well, that's kind of how it goes. Well, okay, what were you betting on? There's like games, or were you just like cards? You're a card guy.
I was playing a lot of cards, and then I was playing some roulette. Playing the inside on the roulette there. Just, my numbers weren't hitting.
That's how it goes. Okay, you were describing some interactions with like Golden Knights fans.
Yeah. Well, there's two big things that was going like that sort of going on right now. Like they're preparing for the F1 circuit in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
First time they're having it is this year, and so like the one night, Sunday, like we went to bed Sunday. The strip was going both ways. We wake up Monday morning and half the strip is closed.
Because like for the F1?
Yeah, they're tearing it up. They're repaving everything. So the strip in Vegas is down to 1 lane each way.
Okay. Did you see they're doing that in Detroit too? They got the Grand Prix coming?
Well, Detroit's always...
I mean, whatever. But, like, so they literally, like, closed down... So, wait, could you even walk down it?
Some areas, it's absolutely shut down. You have to go down further.
So what if there was, like, a casino? Like, you couldn't... Like, was it closed, or...
No, the casinos aren't closed. You just got to go walk further down, go across...
and go around. I've never been there, so I have no idea. I just picture the strip as, like, it's just a long fucking road, isn't it? Like, a long road, and that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a long road with casinos and hotels on each side.
Right. So,
but they were talking a lot about F1, and then also because the playoffs are going on.
Right.
Vegas is in there. They were playing Winnipeg.
Well, we were talking about how cool it would be to go to a game, but you have to take out like a mortgage.
I looked at
bank loan.
I looked at going, and there was one or two games, but they were obviously in Winnipeg, so
right. Yeah.
We couldn't see that. But any Uber driver or anyone that like lived in Vegas that we were talking with about hockey, or me talking hockey with them, because Will's not much of a hockey guy, was actually smart. Like, oh yeah, this guy, like saying like, okay, who's the captain of your team? Oh, Mark Stone. You know, he's done this year, and you know, we got like Pietrangelo is just like they would know about his suspension.
Alex Pietrangelo, also known as the Shropshire Slasher. Holy shit. Anyway.
No, but they were so smart. They're like, they hate that they lost Fleury. And,
right. Because he was their guy, like, right off the bat, right? But
he was going to be the cornerstone of the face of the franchise.
These kids aren't bad, though. Like, some of these goalies, they're not even playing Jonathan Quick.
No.
They got Brossoit, and who's the other guy?
Brossoit's injured, and now it's Aiden Hill. And they also still have, oh, God, what am I... Leonard's
No, not Leonard, another guy. I have him in my fantasy pool for playoffs, but he got hurt. He was their guy for, like, the whole season. Who the hell am I thinking of?
You're going to look it up.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up, but, like, how come I can't think of it?
And then just the first time I ever went to Vegas.
Logan Thompson.
There we go.
Yeah, he was there for what? Anyway, he's hurt, so kind of screwed me over.
So yeah. I was happy because this is the first time I've been back to Vegas since the arena was built. Because when I went there the first time, they were building it. T-Mobile.
T-Mobile? Whatever. It's a cell phone company.
Yeah. And the whole area is just
Freedom
amazing.
Mobile Arena.
Yeah, Freedom Mobile. No signal, no service in the whole thing.
Yep.
But no, it's just a good time. Like the areas by the arena, the plaza there is so nice, and good people, good times, and we did an 11-story zip line down through downtown Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd be shitting my pants. Really?
So Superman it.
That's unreal.
And then of course I hit the end, And instead of just staying there, I start going back a bit.
Okay.
So I'm starting to shit my pants because everyone else, there's 4 people that go at once. Will's in.
He's going to come and like kick you right in the balls.
I'm just like this. I'm dog paddling. I'm like trying to swim the air, but they bring me in and.
Yeah, I'm sure that they know, like, here's how we get
some
in,
people.
Right?
Yeah, you fat fuck.
Look at you there.
I know, right? Got that girl. Went to the D Las Vegas as well.
How's the D? Because that's all I hear about at 97.1. Delaney tells me about the D Las Vegas. The long bar, the sports book.
Underwhelming.
Really?
Especially because I was so pumped to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I hear it on 97.1. Oh, go to the long bar.
So is it just like a regular bar?
Yeah, it's just a long bar. There's a Canada bar in there, too.
They're not lying. Really?
Yeah.
Canada bar.
Yeah. It's called the Canada Bar.
The hell's that even mean?
C-A-N-A-D.
They just sell like Labatt Blue or what?
E-H. We didn't buy anything from that one, but
I mean,
D, underwhelming.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I would love to go to Vegas. I mean, at one point, definitely have to go out there. You'd have to show me around. We'll go. But it's like, I was really interested to hear like Golden
bad boy
there
Vegas
you go.
too.
A little tatted up.
Little tattoo.
Yeah. I just was like interested, like, Golden Knights fans, like some of them, hey, they know what's going on. Because like there's some fan bases that definitely don't.
Yeah, I was expecting to, like, if I talked hockey, them to be clueless. But.
Yeah. Clueless fans. Let's talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs. How about
them getting bounced last night?
Listen, man. Good job, boys.
We want Florida.
You did it. We want Florida. There's a lot of things to talk about. The first thing that I kind of wanted to show you is just, you haven't heard about this guy. So there's this dad and daughter that go to every Leafs, and they have like season tickets to Toronto games.
Yeah.
Not cheap, right?
No.
What they do is, I think they're actually Montreal fans, but they live in Toronto. They go to every game, and they wear the opposite team's jerseys. So they were wearing Tampa jerseys. Second round, they were wearing Florida jerseys. They've done it where it's like it's either there as like Montreal fans, right? But it's so funny that, like, obviously they only have a few of them because they only got noticed now. There's one with Seattle, right? So just these guys,
Arizona.
look at this guy's doing their like, go Cats. Dude, it's so funny. Like, how people are like, man, it's so stupid, like, you're wasting your money. Like, that's...
Okay, first off,
what a troll job.
If you have season tickets, you have money to, like, you have money. And they're sitting lower bowl because
that's lower bowl.
Where the camera's going to pick you up.
Right.
Probably close to the glass, too. And then the pretty penny on each jersey. And
the interesting thing is the daughter on like a few of these has the reverse retros. So she's a big fan of the reverse retros. Now, just talking about the Leafs. I mean, that's kind of funny. Right? I just wanted to. That's a funny troll job there. With the Leafs, I talked about it when you were in Vegas. I did a solo pod, and I talked a little bit about why Michael Bunting and and just about Leafs fans in general, and like how it's something that I've seen. Like, Twitter was so fun last night and this morning. Just, I know I'm a Red Wings fan and you're a Canucks fan, but it doesn't matter. Okay, when it comes to the Leafs and just how over, like, what's the word I'm trying to say? Like, they're so overbearing, these fans. Yeah. Like, they're just so over the top, obnoxious, and like, I know that there's like 1% of the fans that are like, I genuinely would feel bad for. Like, I was talking to Lou last night. I'm like, it's funny, the Leafs are out. He's like, dude, I'm at the Tigers game, like, with some of his family, and one of his cousins, Dylan and Mark, are Leafs fans. But the thing is like, he goes, I feel bad for them. I'm like, yeah? He's like, yeah, they're cheering hard for them, but they're not like a Leafs fan that's just like over the top and like, oh, like, you lost the series, like, you're trying to look for like excuses. He's like, they're not. They're really not. Like, God damn, just another lost, right? Like, he's like, he heard that they lost in overtime, and like, they just immediately were just like he goes, this the air went out of them. I'm like, okay, yeah, I would feel bad, but that Maple Leaf Square, like, how quickly it emptied out. Apparently, because they cut the feed, all the music went off and everyone left. It's like, well, that's how it goes. But like, they they win against Tampa, which good for them, right? It's first round. I mean, I know it's a monkey off the back since 2004.
It's true.
But think about, I look at the other side and go, think about Tampa's played probably an extra season's worth of hockey, being in 3 finals in a row, winning 2 of them, right? They were in the final last year too. And then this year, little bit beat up. I mean, the whole Chernak thing getting knocked out, that was a huge loss for them. Point was playing hurt, I think, after that one, whatever happened with Morgan Riley. It was just something where, like, you just hit a point where it's like, it's almost, and then Hedman was out for a bit. He probably wasn't right the whole time. Vasilevsky didn't play that well. And, hey, like, credit to Toronto, they did play well. But, arguably, they could have lost that series. Like, there was a few games where Tampa choked it away, and, like, they should have just shut it down, and it just didn't happen. Credit to Toronto for coming back. But what did you think about, like, the turnaround from, let's say, winning in the first round to now being done in 5 in the second round?
They looked awful the first 2 games. Like, I didn't think they played well. Florida just came out like they wanted it more. After beating Boston too, like, it's like, all right, we got some swagger behind us. Let's go. Let's put this.
Well, you remember, like, it's something that people don't really have, like, maybe they have a short memory. Do you remember who won the President's Trophy last year? Florida. It was Florida. Like, they were really, and now they, in my opinion, rinsed Calgary on that trade.
Yeah,
picking up Tkachuk.
Like it, right?
Holy shit, Matthew Tkachuk. Here's another thing. Yeah, here's another thing. Is like, do you think right now I think it's pretty obvious, but can you make an argument that Matthew Tkachuk is the best American player in the NHL?
You could make that argument.
I think he is.
People are going to say Austin Matthews, but look at Austin Matthews in this series.
You know what? I don't think Tkachuk scored in the series, did he? But he had like 5 assists, 6 assists, something like that. And like, it was one of those things where he was like a factor.
He was a factor. Like, there's on both of them. Like, he helped out defensively, he worked offense. In this series, Austin Matthews was a defensive liability.
I mean,
him and Marner turning the puck over a lot, which in game 3...
Yeah, there was that one where they went up 3-2, the Forsling goal. Yeah, I think maybe I was talking to you about that, because I was like, did you see, like, there are 3 guys. Like, okay, Riley made a good pass to Marner on the wing, and then for some reason Marner chips it back into the middle to Matthews, where I go, skate up the wall, man. Like, don't be afraid of getting hit. And then Matthews tried this flipping shit. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
They're just trying this stuff, and then it's just not working, and Florida just seemed to have a lot more luck and control of any bouncing puck.
Yeah. It's one of those things, you're just going to keep talking because I'm going to go and slit my dog's throat.
Oh,
talk about Florida.
Yeah, well, Florida, like, they just played better. They were the better team this series, and like, I don't know what else to say. Sergei Bobrovsky played amazing. Like, he just played like 2019 Bobrovsky. He's on the case.
I was trying to tell my dad about that. He's like, that's pretty funny that they would do that. So my dog's deceased.
Took him to the Chinese restaurant.
You're just like trying to knock the fucking door down. It's like, get out of here, man. It's just as annoying as a Leafs fan. Where do they go from here? That's all you're going to hear about is where do they go? What do they do?
I think there's going to be a big blow up.
You do?
I think so. I think you're going to see who do they have under contract this year?
Well, I mean, they do have guys still under contract, but the thing is like they have no space, right?
No.
They're going to have a problem. Like they have the Boston pick this year, but then like they only have 3 picks in the draft.
Yeah, the 1, 5, and 6 there.
Their cupboard's a little bare. They have like late round picks, but they are going to have a time restocking here. Like all these guys are still under contract. Kerfoot, he's as good as gone. Right, O'Reilly. I mean, that's his cap hit, but he was making like 6-7 mil. He's 32. He's going to try to cash in.
Yeah,
this is probably his last contract. Camp, Achari. I mean, who else? Bunting. I mean, he's probably gone.
Simmons.
Someone's going to overpay him. And it gave me a little bit of like, I almost threw up because I saw a tweet about, hey, like maybe Bunting is on the Red Wings radar. I'm like, fucking no, he's not. He's Abdelkader 2.0. Stay away. And then even on like the back end here, like look at, you got Hall's gone. I mean, he's terrible. So Hall's gone. Shen. Who would have thought Luke Shen wasn't the answer? Like, that's the thing with Leafs fan. Like, I know that some teams will overvalue, like, fans will overvalue their players.
Yeah.
Nothing like the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No.
They brought back Luke Shen and thought he was the savior.
Yeah.
A seventh defenseman who was on Tampa Bay last year is on your top line, and you thought that was the answer?
What did we get for him? I think we got like a...
Nothing. Like a fourth or something,
Still,
right? Or even
something.
a third or something.
Yeah,
but like,
I think a third
because he
for
came
sure.
from Vancouver. But, like, and then McCabe, I mean, he didn't really do that much either. Now, this is a good contract. $2 million for the next 2 years for that? Yeah, that's good. But
We still got old man Giordano.
they moved Rasmus Sandin, which is the stupidest thing in my opinion. It's like, it's one of your young guys that should get some opportunities up top. He could be your next Riley. You know what I mean? Like,
My dad was saying, "Oh, they should move a guy like Tavares." They're not.
well, they can't.
They're not.
Who's going to take him? And then look at this.
And yeah,
Matt Murray.
That's the stupidest thing. You thought Matt Murray was going to be your savior from
Seriously,
goaltending this year?
honestly.
Every year it's always goaltending. Then Samson.
Now look, if Muzzin comes back too, that's another 5.6.
Oh Jesus!
Right? So they have some problems, man. And like, they have nobody coming. I don't know who any of these guys are. You know?
No.
Who are these guys? They're
There's,
prospects.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
They're prospects, all right, but there's going to have to be. Now, the one thing with, like, Matthews, apparently, now, I don't think it says it on here. If you click on it, maybe, but I guess he has, like, a no, who's got the no move clause? Something, yeah, starting July 1st. So, like, Kerfoot, no. There's a few things with, like, no trade clauses, I think, with, like, Matthews or something, where it kicks in soon. Like, by July 1st, it might kick in. I don't know. Like, here's the guy that should be, in my opinion, gone. Marner, I think, is the guy you get rid of. He's a fucking ghost in the playoffs. Remember what I said last season? Or even maybe before the season this year, where I said the Datsuk comparison in terms of, like, regular season versus playoffs, and how Datsuk's from 2002 until about 06 was a ghost in the playoffs. And then in 07 he figured it out. 08 they won the cup. You know, 09 they were back. And then he was a playoff performer. It went away. No one talked about how he was choking in the playoffs. I really thought this was the year where Marner could get it going.
And just no.
He didn't. He didn't do anything. Now there was points. You can look and he got some points in the playoffs, but like that's not going to cut it. It's the way he was playing.
He was playing
no intensity. He was like shaking. He had stone hands. It was like he just didn't have it. So I think you would free up $11 million, right? Then you could keep Matthews. You could try to re-sign him. I mean, Tavares isn't going to go anywhere for $11 million.
A guy like Nylander as well, or
Nylander, they could, yeah. Like if I was the Wings, maybe I'd take a look at him. But the thing is he only signed for next year. I'm not going to give up a boatload. I need to re-sign him, right? So they're in a pickle. I don't know what they're going to do with their team, but like they're in some trouble, right?
Does Sheldon Keefe stay, and does
Dubas stay? Is Shanahan going to say, fuck it, I'm out? He's been there for almost 10 years now. He's the president.
It's true.
I mean, I see all this stuff about, Dubas, it's not on him. I'm like, it is on him. He put the team together, and if you think that the coach didn't get enough out of them, okay, then yeah. I mean, the coach should burn. But also, the players have consistently been there. Right?
Yeah,
they haven't got it done.
Group of talent that should be able to...
Right. But when you play pond hockey in the playoffs, again, this is what happens, right? And so I don't think, for me, looking at this, if you don't win the last game of the year, no one gives a shit. Billy Bean. Moneyball, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's something where... I don't know if you have to blow it up, but you need to move one of your core and reboot this shit. Right? But the thing is I don't know if you're going to have enough. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to have enough capital. Like, you're going to have to like replenish draft picks as well as get an asset and maybe a young kid that's not going to blow the bank. Right? Who's going to give you that? Like, someone would maybe give it for Marner, but like at the same time, you've seen what happens. But if maybe they're thinking if you take Marner, put him in like a smaller market or some other place, okay, pressure's off. Now I can play, right? Because Toronto's got the spotlight on him. Well, when they went down 3-0, there's no shot they come back. I said they'll win game 4, and then they'll lose, right? But an interesting thing is, like, do you have any interest in the playoffs right now? Like to be honest, like, are you sitting down and like watching a game like, oh, I can't wait to watch X series?
I I shouldn't say that I've been glued to every game or
Sure.
glued to every series, or there's a specific one I want to watch. I'll watch it. Obviously, I'll put it on.
Like if it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when this whole Leafs-Panthers series, I went and turned it on just because I'm like, all right, I want to see Toronto blow it.
That's just okay. I'm gonna say that was the Leafs were kind of really the only thing that I was like interested in, and I know I'm gonna catch flack for this, but I was just like hoping to see them lose. The one tweet that I did see is like you'd have to be a really sick man to like hope for the Maple Leafs to lose.
Well,
And I just tweeted that I think I said I think I'm like terminal or something, or like I'm in the hospital for sure, right? But I think I'm the anti-jinx for the Leafs.
That's what you were. That's what
Every
you were saying
time,
yesterday.
listen, every time I watch the Leafs game, they would win.
Quote from you yesterday or whatever.
I said it. When did I say it?
Oh, I texted you this about the replay from yesterday's game.
Right, I wasn't even watching it.
Like it's taking too long, no goal, and you're like not even watching. Every time I watch, Toronto wins.
Yeah, every time, like the one where Tampa was up 4-1, I was like, I'm gonna come and watch them fucking, Toronto lose, and they came back and won in overtime.
Yeah.
My fault. So for all the people that wanted to see Toronto lose, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
For all the ones that wanted to see Toronto win.
But the whole playoffs is like I want to watch Edmonton games. It's just I'm too lazy to stay up so late.
I'm the same way. Like even tonight, it's Edmonton. Yeah, Edmonton and Vegas tonight,
Vegas,
right?
Yeah.
Is it tonight? No, tomorrow.
No, tonight's Kraken and
Kraken Stars.
Stars.
Tomorrow is Edmonton and Vegas, and it's at 10 p.m. It's the only game where I'm like, you gotta flex that earlier, don't you?
You would think so.
At least 8 o'clock.
I understand both these teams are in like time. Like Vegas is 3 hours
But
behind.
it's Sunday.
And
People are off.
That's true.
You're still gonna get a sellout, right?
Well, you're going to get a
think.
sellout either way.
Yeah.
But it's a series I want to watch. But I just fall asleep. I want to see McDavid get bounced and not win a cup.
Right. I mean, that's the thing where I go, it would be kind of funny. Because Ken Holland's going to get credit, where it's like, okay, McDavid and Draisaitl is going to carry you a fucking cup. Like, the rest of your team is just there, right? This guy is willing his team. And the thing is last year, I think he was hurt in the playoffs, and he was getting a lot of shit for it. This year, like, the German guy, like, he looks amazing.
He just
I'm like, this guy is unbelievable. Like, he's better than McDavid right now. That's the craziest shit, is like, you have two guys that were 1-2 in scoring. Like, and they played on different lines. That's unbelievable. I mean, Nugent Hopkins quietly had 100-something points, too.
That's the quietest 100-point season probably I've seen. And
there's been a few of them. I mean, there's a ton of players that got 100 this year, but I we are in a situation where we could potentially, now we do have Carolina-Florida matchup. Take that as you may. I mean, Carolina is a fun team to watch, and so is Florida. So honestly, I might actually sit down and watch that series because it sounds fun to me, just from watching both those teams. We could potentially have Seattle and Vegas on the other side. I mean, listen, Seattle is a fun team to watch, and so is Vegas. So is Dallas, and so is Edmonton. So I think it's win-win, like, for a hockey fan. But in terms of, like, the market, there's really, like, if Edmonton's, there's really no, like, stars. You know, like, there are, but not that's, like, you're going to have Matthew Tkachuk. I mean, Carolina's without, like, Svechnikov.
They have
just a plethora of players together.
3 or 4 guys that are out right now, right?
So, and then Vegas, do they really have, like, a stud? I mean, they have good players.
Yeah, they have just a good overall team. It's just,
and then Seattle is just, like, a scrappy, like, they don't really have, like, a superstar.
It's, again, just like Vegas. I
was saying, like, Jared McCann was 40-goal scorer, like, out of nowhere.
Who would have thought
used to be on the Leafs. Yikes, right?
Yikes.
Now, there was something that I also messaged you this, too. There's a couple fun things. So pull up your phone.
All right.
So I'm gonna quiz you a little bit here, okay?
All right.
It's all about the playoffs. So here's one, okay? Let's see how many you can get here, okay? There's 2. So there's all-time leaders. So all-time playoffs point leaders by franchise, okay?
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to go – okay, but here's the thing. We're going to go from, like, the highest to lowest. So a lot of them will be hopefully, like, easy. So, like, okay, Edmonton.
Gretzky.
Right. Pittsburgh.
Yager. Is it Lemieux?
No.
Crosby.
Do you want me to tell you if he's on the team right now?
Sure.
Because there's a few. Okay, Colorado.
McKinnon.
No.
Sakic.
Yeah. Detroit.
Eisner.
Montreal. Old guy.
Belvo?
Yeah, nailed it. Islanders.
Bossy.
No, same team.
Trottier.
Yes, Trottier. Boston. This one might shock you, but Boston. Defenseman.
Not going to be Chara.
No, earlier than that.
Earlier.
There's like Bobby Orr and then
Cam Neely.
no defenseman.
Oh, defenseman. Bobby Orr. Oh, Ray Bork.
Bork, yep. Tampa. He's on the team.
Stanner.
Nope.
What's his dick there? Kucherov.
Yeah, Kucherov. Chicago. Older guy. Passed away last year, or like 2 years ago.
Oh, fucking Stan Mikita?
Yep. Dallas.
Jamie Benn.
Nope. He's like their franchise.
Mike Medina.
Yeah.
Washington. I just know him as a Red Wing legend.
Yeah. Washington.
Ovi.
Yep. Devils.
Ilyash.
Yep. San Jose.
Thornton.
Nope. The other guy.
Couture.
No. Old guy. Retired last year. Or like the end of the year.
Marlowe.
Yep. Ducks.
Salani.
No.
Korea.
No.
Niedermeyer.
Forward.
Who else is
Bald.
Oh, get slapped.
Philadelphia.
Philly.
Broad Street Bullies.
Oh, fucking. Now you're going to make it look like an ass.
Two-hander.
Bobby Clark.
Yes, sir. St. Louis.
Brett Hall.
Yes, sir. We're in the second half where it might be a little tricky. Buffalo. I don't know if you'll get this one, but he was probably in
Brad May.
No. Gilbert Perreault.
Okay.
Calgary.
McGinley.
No, he's a defenseman.
Al McInnes.
Yes. Ottawa.
Danny Heatley.
No.
Alfie.
Yes. Canucks.
Bo Horvat.
No. 1994.
Oh, Bure.
No.
Linden.
Yes. L.A.
Gretzky.
Yes. Rangers, defenseman.
Brian Leach.
Yep. Toronto.
Who gives a fuck? No one.
Let's say early 90s.
Early 90s, Dougie Gilmore.
Yes. Vegas. He's on the team.
Mark Stone.
No. This one's tough. He has a brother that used to be on the Red Wings. That was a first-round pick in 2007 as a defenseman. He's still in the league, and I think he's on Carolina. Riley Smith.
Oh.
Brendan Smith. Carolina on the team right now. Probably their best player right now.
No, Svechnikov.
No. He's in the lineup.
Oh, he's in the lineup?
Yeah. There's another player in the league named the same exact damn name as him.
Wow.
Yep. Predators, he's on the team.
Forsberg.
Yep. Coyotes, but remember, they used to be the Jets.
Bobby Hall.
No, he passed away as well, a couple years ago.
Who passed away? Dale Hartsock.
You got it, yeah. Okay, the actual Jets and Thrashers. This guy he might have played for a season with Atlanta. He's still on the team.
Still on the team? Brian Little.
No. He's with fucking Arizona. They sent him over to the Coyotes, remember? His contract, he's out. He's done.
Shifley?
Nope. Close. You're getting there. He's been there for a second.
He's
the one that kind of, like, the coach called them all out, and he's like,
I know who it is, too. And
yeah, Blake Wheeler.
Yes.
Minnesota.
Mikko Koivu.
Why does this say... Oh, he's still in the league. He's not on the team, though. He's on the Islanders. He might retire.
Parise.
Yeah. Only 3 more. Okay, Florida. He's playing right now.
Kachuk.
Nope.
Barkov.
Yep. Columbus. I don't know if he's on their team anymore. He's there for a while. He might be on is he on Philly now or something?
Foligno.
No. Cam Atkinson.
Okay.
And then Seattle. I mean, this year he's on the team. He's won a few cups already.
Who's on Seattle that's won a few cups? I don't know.
Tampa? He was their expansion pick from Tampa.
Fuck, who was their expansion pick from Tampa? I'm supposed to remember this stuff?
Yeah, Yanni Gourde.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, ask me these. These are fucking hilarious. This is
active playoff goals leaders by franchise.
So if they're in the league now, right?
Yes.
By franchise, this is going to be hilarious how bad I'm
They'll
going to
go from top to
be. Okay, let's go.
Capitals,
Ovi,
Penguins,
Crosby,
Bruins.
Bergeron,
No.
Marchand,
Yeah. Lightning,
Kucherov,
Blackhawks,
Taves, Kane,
Kane.
Yeah.
There's 2 here for the Sharks. They're tied.
Couture,
Yeah.
Pavelski,
Yeah.
Okay.
Avalanche.
McKinnon,
Yeah. Blues.
O'Reilly? No. O'Reilly?
No.
Tarasenko.
Yeah. Rangers.
Panarin?
No.
Zibanejad.
No.
Is he on the Rangers right now?
Think so? Let me Google it.
Kreider?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he is, yeah.
Oh, now I gotta go back to it. Gotta go past fucking Wingnut or whatever his name is.
Wingnut! That's so funny.
Ducks.
Henrique?
No.
On the team.
He's
Wait,
not on the
he's
team.
not on the team. Oh, okay. So it would be like, oh shit, that's a tough one.
He's still in the league.
Yeah. He's just not on Anaheim. Oh, shit. Perry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Edmonton.
McDavid?
Nope.
Draisaitl.
There you go. Predators.
Forsberg?
Kings.
Kopitar?
No.
Doughty?
No.
Carter?
Yep.
Okay.
Flyers.
Giroux?
Islanders. Is he still
Tavares?
No.
Islanders, like, Anders Lee?
No. He
Pajot.
still plays for him.
On the Islanders?
Yep.
Barzal?
No.
Brock Nelson?
Yes.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
25.
Okay. Holy shit.
This one will be the halfway point
Okay.
for the Hurricanes.
Aho.
Yeah.
Some of these you already did, obviously, right?
Vegas.
Was Bradley Smith?
Mm-mm.
Wait, current? Oh, he's on a different team already?
No, he's still on the team.
Wait, wouldn't it be Riley Smith that said the...
Point out points.
What's this? Goals?
Goals.
Oh, this is goals. Oh, shit. Okay. Stone?
No.
Castle.
No. Not hot dogs.
Shea Theodore?
No.
How about Marchessault?
There you go. Dallas.
Jamie Benn?
Nope.
Sagan?
Nope.
Robertson?
Nope.
Rupa Hintz?
No. Still plays for him.
How about Heiskanen?
You've said
No.
his name already once.
Really?
Yeah.
For Dallas?
Yeah. You said it for another team.
Pavelski.
There you go.
Okay, cool. All right. Nice.
Toronto.
Fuck. Who scores for that? I mean,
Well, no
O'Reilly?
One, no one in the last series.
O'Reilly.
No.
I was just thinking he's on the Blues. Matthews.
There you go.
Okay.
Devils.
Currently Hughes.
No.
Bratt.
No, he's not on the team.
He's not on the team. Whew, those ones are tougher. Okay, who would be
Plays for the Islanders now.
Parise?
Yep.
Okay, makes sense.
Winnipeg.
Wheeler.
Nope.
Shifley.
There we go. Wild.
Parise again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Montreal.
Oh boy, Montreal. He's probably not on the team anymore. I would guess. Suzuki?
No.
I bet she's not on the team.
No, he is.
He is?
Yeah.
Really? Fucking Mike Hoffman?
Nope. He's an alternate captain.
Gallagher.
There you go.
Yeah.
Calgary.
Huberdeau?
No.
Goudreau.
No.
Mangiapane.
No. Mangia, no.
Mangianono. Goals. Calgary. Is he on the team?
I think so.
Blake Coleman.
Yeah, he still plays for them.
Still plays for them.
Yeah.
Blake Coleman.
No. Give me a real name.
How How about why am I drawing a blank? Give me a hint.
NB.
Fucking MB.
Yeah, those are initials.
I know. I know.
Joel Embiid.
Michael Backlund.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Michael Backlund. Here we go.
Florida.
Wait, Lindholm? He's not there anymore. Florida. Barkov.
No.
Wow.
Had a sweet goal last game.
Sweet goal last game.
I don't know. I think. Oh, you didn't watch, anyways.
Wait, who scored? Wait, it was who got the overtime win? I don't even remember who got the
I
OT win.
don't think he scored the overtime.
Got a sweet goal. That's what happens when you don't watch the game. But I did it for a reason, and it worked. Okay.
You did.
Okay, who is it?
Carter Verhaeghe.
All right. Also an ex-Leaf.
Ooh.
We should do that. Ex-Leafs that could be on the team right now.
The Senators.
Brady Tkachuk? No, he hasn't been in the playoffs yet. Jason Spezza. I know he's out. I just wanted to say
Yes,
Spezza. Jason Spezza. Carlson?
No.
I would say after that maybe like
Plays for the Islanders.
Pajot?
Yes, sir. Detroit.
Okay, listen. I know this one because this is the reason that I want to do this quiz. I swear to God, it's Darren Helm.
Yeah.
That's so funny to me.
Why it is?
Because after that, it would be like, who? Larkin? He has like 2. Like they haven't been in the playoffs for like a decade, you know? Darren Helm. That's so funny.
Yep, and then tied to them for is Vancouver.
Vancouver. Oh boy. Horvat?
Yep. Let's say he plays on the Islanders.
Right.
Everyone
plays on the Islanders now.
Um,
They looked at this list and they were like, let me grab that guy.
Columbus.
Atkinson?
Yep. Seattle.
Gord.
No.
Goals. Oh shit. I mean, well, this is probably from like a week or 2 ago. It was like Jaden Schwartz, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that all of them?
No, 2 more. Arizona.
With
4.
I mean, shit. I mean, he wasn't on Arizona when this happened. Marian Hossa.
No.
That Pavel Datsyuk.
No.
Shea Weber.
No.
Chris Pronger.
Still on the team.
Brian Little. They all are on the team.
Technically.
Still on the team?
Yeah.
So he was on another team when this happened. Because they haven't been in the playoffs for like 10 years. Shane Doan.
No. CK.
CK. Louis? Clayton Keller.
There you go.
He was in the playoffs?
Lastly, with 2 goals, Buffalo.
Oh, no. Eichel?
No.
Is he on the team?
No.
O'Reilly.
Plays in Vancouver.
Wait, what was the team again?
Buffalo.
Usually I'm good at that with 2 teams. Buffalo, Vancouver. Shit.
His nickname is the Big Easy or Big Tex.
Doesn't help me at all.
He's a defenseman.
Am I going to feel like an idiot if I don't get this?
He also played for the Jets.
I mean, who?
Tyler Myers.
Oh, fucking Tyler Myers. I saw a trade offer for the Red Wings in the cap-friendly thing, and he was part of it. I was like, I'm out. I'm not doing that shit.
Tyler Big Tex
Okay.
Myers.
These things, okay, the only big thing I think we're going to keep talking about, the draft lottery happened like 4 days ago or something like that.
Yeah, I did
And
not watch it.
I didn't watch it either because I thought I could use my Maple Leafs mojo and not jinx
Try to
the
get-
Red Wings
Try to get
into
the
moving
Rebels.
down. That's the last thing I have on your camera roll is the amount of spots that teams have jumped up or moved back, and since the lottery has been a thing. Now, like some of them were, when you could jump up 1 million spots, right? And some of them were when you could only drop like 2 or 3. So it's kind of shocking to see, like, obviously the Rangers being like plus 14 was the Lafreniere thing, and we're going to talk about Lafreniere in a second here, but Chicago plus 10, Philly plus 9, Carolina and New Jersey plus 8, Dallas plus 5, Winnipeg plus 3. Everything else is kind of in the middle. Vegas, Edmonton minus 3, Anaheim minus 4, Vancouver, Arizona, Buffalo minus 7, and now Ottawa and Detroit are minus 8. That's fucking crazy to me. Like, now, they did move down this year. Wings are at 9, right? And I mean, Canucks, moved their pick, right? Didn't they? Oh, they're right there.
We moved the.
You moved the one this one.
Yeah.
The Bo Horvat. Okay. I don't want to rant, okay? But I went to Home Depot to do some of this stuff, okay? And during the draft lottery on purpose because I didn't want to watch it. I wanted to be unplugged for it. And I just got to say, I sent a list to Lou of, like I said, who's your 5 teams? Like, who's your depth chart of teams you don't want to get the first pick, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Connor Bedard, is supposed to be a phenom. We'll see. I mean, I've heard the same thing about Lafreniere, too. I mean, maybe not as much, but I'm telling you, my number 1 was Chicago. My number 2, sorry, Lou, was Montreal. I didn't really want to be there. Then he'd be in the division with Detroit.
Yeah.
And then it was after that, who gives a shit? Really, I could care less if anyone else got the first pick. I'd be like, all right, Anaheim, Columbus, San Jose, whatever. Arizona, fuck it. But Chicago.
Of course.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You're gonna know. You're gonna hear more of.
Get rid of the song. Also, Toronto. Get rid of your stupid Hall & Oates song. It literally reminds me of failure at this point. Change it up. It's such a stupid song. Anyway, I just kind of am mad that and I know it's never going to be fair, right?
Yeah.
So to not come off as a whiny bitch, I understand how this draft lottery works. We've talked multiple times now about how I don't think there should be a lottery at all.
Yes, have the crappiest team.
NFL, MLB, same damn thing. It works. If you think that's the way to build your team, then be shit. Really. Yeah. I mean, then you're terrible. Now, Chicago was originally 3rd, and they were awful this year. Terrible. They clearly were tanking it. I mean, the GM was. He's a new GM. That's what I would do. Fuck it. Let's rebuild this thing. Traded away Kane, Taves. Hey, we're not bringing you back. We're going to trade away Hagel. We're going to find everybody's gone. Dak, he's gone. I'm going to bring in all my guys. Their best player this year was Andreas Athanasiou.
Ooh-wee.
Right? So
that's saying something.
I'm just rattled that they. And maybe unfairly, I'm thinking of if I think about when Datsuk and Zetterberg were done, we weren't immediately handed here's your next guy.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. Kane and Taves were here this and then now they're gone. And I was looking forward to Chicago going through an absolute. Now they're not going to be good next year just because they're getting Connor Bedard. Their team is awful. He's going to have to carry the damn team as an 18-year-old. That's not going to happen. No. Even McDavid's first year, he was maybe point per game. But that's not. This team is just not good enough to go anywhere. Now, in a few years, sure, they got an interesting prospect pool. I was kind of checking it out.
All right.
But I was just mad that, are you kidding me? Of course. The one team where I'm nah. And it's because Detroit and Chicago, there was kind of
that rivalry there.
Yeah. And
both have had their success. And
but it's different because I used to feel the same way about Colorado. They won the Cup last year. I didn't care. I mean, it's so far in the past. This is a little still because Kane and Taves are still there kind of. People were talking about the whole Kyle Beach thing and all of that, and I'm okay, listen, that did happen. Yes, the owner is still there, but lots of that one guy, that trainer went to jail. He's in jail now. There's other things that happened there, but all those guys are gone now. If I'm trying to look at it in Chicago fan perspective, when can we move on? You know what I mean? They've kind of hey,
the guy to help set that next era.
I'm not even saying that. You're right, but at the same time, people were shitting all over this because and I feel bad a little bit for Connor Bedard because now I have to hate him because he's on the Blackhawks, right? But listen, I liked Kane and Taves. I liked how they played. Didn't mean I liked Chicago, but it'll be the same way with Bedard. I'm just going to be are you kidding? Really?
Yeah.
Like, he's there. I would have been okay going anywhere else. I'd have been like, cool, good for you, man. Like, I'll watch you, right? But I think it's a little bit unfair to be like, oh, like, this whole thing, they swept it under the rug. It's like, they did. But because the NHL decided, here's what your fine is, Stan Bowman is out, like, basically forever. Joel Quenneville, same thing. They have to, like, get reinstated, which they probably won't. They got fined, like, $2 million, which, ironically, right after they won the draft lottery, they sold, like, $2.5 million of season tickets.
Of course.
$2 million? Like,
$2 million is nothing.
Whatever. Nothing, right? So that's where I kind of went, I don't really... I understand it, but at the same time, some people are going to have to go, all right, we have to move on, right? Remember what happened? Move on.
Yeah.
Right?
Remember how
I don't want... Yeah. Now, the draft is in Nashville. I really don't want people booing, like, this kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't have it was just a lottery, man. Yeah. Right?
It's not
now,
on the dart.
But also, the thing that's interesting is, like, there was kind of a little bit of a fuck up with the... Like, did you see what happened?
No, so I didn't watch
Kevin Weeks was the one that was announcing the picks. Like, Bill Daly would flip it over and be like, whoever, like, Montreal. And then Kevin Weeks would be like, all right, Montreal's picking fifth and blah, blah, blah. The last time they did, he'd give you the details, right?
Yeah.
For Columbus, who's picking 3, they moved down 1, right? So basically, Kevin Weeks started talking about Columbus moving down to 3 before Bill Daly flipped the card and they went to commercial. Oh. So people are like, whoa, what the hell just happened there? Because it means that Chicago jumped into the top 2 with Anaheim, right?
Yeah.
And then they came back and Columbus 3rd. They're like, we already know it. So here's the thing. People that are saying, okay, the draft lottery is rigged. It's not. Okay? Now, the way that they have done this opens the door for discussion. And that's the problem. The problem is now there is a debate. You can have the conversation. Well, why didn't they do the draft lottery like live? Why did they have to do it? Like, we don't see the process, right? Now, I don't know if they do that in the NBA where it's like, boop, here's the ball, here's who it is.
You know what? You could find out on Tuesday.
Well, that's a draft lottery, so I probably will. I'm interested to see, like, do they actually go, like, you see the process happen? Like, draw the thing, right? Draw the ball, boom, here it is, right? Now, the NHL, how they do it is like, it's like a combination. It's like 4 numbers.
Yeah.
But also, like, and the thing is like, the place that they're using has been audited for fraud in the past. Like, guys, like, it's opening up the discussion. Now, this was a presentation screw up.
Yeah.
They knew what the results were. They put the cards in order. It's not that they shuffle the cards up, right? They're like, we're just going to do this for the presentation, right?
Yeah, it's sort of save time on
Weeks probably jumped the gun and didn't realize, like,
that Daly didn't flip the card yet.
But it's weird that they did that live. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you have that on, like, a tape delay? But that also, you know, opens stuff up to go, like...
Why is it delayed?
Now, obviously, Bedard going to Chicago, Bettman's cream in his pants. Because that's, like, best case scenario, right? Was probably there or Montreal. Where I would say that you go, all right, it's not rigged, is if it was ever rigged. Don't you think having the Red Wings as a top contender again would be great for the NHL as an original 6 team? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't they have landed the pick to get, like, Lafreniere, like, or moved up somewhere? Wouldn't they rig it for that? What's the difference between Chicago and Detroit? They're American teams, both original 6. Obviously, Boston, New York, like, when they're good, they love it, right? So it's not rigged against the Red Wings, and it's not rigged for Chicago. It's a lottery, but people are always going to say it's rigged. There's always going to be 31 fan bases that are pissed off.
Yes,
and only one that likes it. So I just think it's stupid, and there shouldn't be a lottery. It's all about, we're talking about it. It's negative press, but, like, it's press. Like, people are talking about it. Like, dude, did you see what happened? Right? Even the screw up. Like, can you imagine they did that on purpose? So people would talk about it, but it's like, now it makes
smart as the Dickens.
Yeah. So I would get rid of the draft lottery. I am excited to see, like, this is apparently a deep draft. I'm not a scout.
I'm not either. The only other name I know on there off the top of my head, well, okay, 2 names, is, Fantilli and Will Smith.
Will Smith. Will Smith.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Fantilli had a great season in Michigan, and I think that's a great, I won't even call him a consolation prize. I said in the last pod that this draft reminds me of like McDavid and Eichel, right? We're like, now, is Bedard a McDavid type player? Like, we'll find out. Apparently, he's projected as a franchise guy. But Fantilli and every other type of draft, he'd probably go one. Like, Leo Carlson is apparently like an insanely good Swedish player. Like, Michkov is in Russia. That's the only reason he would drop is because he has a contract with I think, St. Petersburg or something. All these other guys are apparently pretty good. Like, even some of these guys down here, this defenseman, this Sandin Pellikka, and there's another one. Do you remember, where is he? Up here? Oh, Reinbacher. He was on Austria for the World Juniors. They're getting rocked, but he was actually like their best player. There's some good play. Colby Barlow. Remember we went to the game where they got smoked as Spitfires? Yeah. He's a top prospect. He's a top 20. He's a top 20. So
prospect there.
Our teams will still get a good prospect. I mean, this top 5 here is interesting. I mean, I'll probably chat more about, what I think the Wings will do on the Red Wings report, right? But what I want to say to anybody watching or listening, don't take too much stock in mock drafts or what the experts say. Even watching the NFL draft, like, I just realized, like, no one knows shit.
No.
Right? Like, least of all us. Right,
so a couple scrubs.
If you hear me say like, I really think Will Smith should be the pick, if he dropped, like, I don't know, like, I have no idea what is going on in these rooms, right?
We don't know what teams are going through.
No clue. But can we talk just really quickly about Alexis Lafreniere and what's going on with him? Because is he a bust?
I don't think you can call him necessarily.
Okay, let me. I understand where you're coming from. Let me tell you his stats. Okay. First year he plays right away with New York, and now that was the year that Raymond went fourth. Like the Rangers were a playoff team, and for some reason the lottery, because of COVID, it was so stupid, right? Made no sense to have a fucking playoff team as the number 1 pick. But he 56 games, he had 12 goals, 9 assists, 21 points. Not bad. Next season, basically a full season, 79 games, 19 goals, 12 assists, 31 points. This season, basically only missed 1 game, 16 goals, 23 assists, 39 points. Played 7 games in the playoffs, no points. And he is 21 years old. So can you consider him a bust?
I don't say necessarily he's a bust. He is making progression each year.
Right.
But that being said, as the number 1 pick, you're obviously wanting to see that progression a lot quicker and a lot more drastic of an improvement.
Right.
Say by that 5-year mark, if you don't see those big numbers that you're expecting from a number 1 overall, then we can have that conversation that he's a bust. That's what I think.
What do you think? And I think I know what my reason is. What do you think the reason is that this is kind of the stat line? This is like literally like Lucas Raymond numbers, 40, 40 points right now, which I don't think Lucas Raymond's a bust either. Same thing. He's young and he's going to have to grow, and same with Lafreniere. But like for me, when I look at the Rangers depth chart, like they don't need him. And that was kind of what I said when they won the lottery. I'm like, they don't need this guy. Like even Capo Caco, they don't need him.
Yeah.
They brought in, Panarin. Now, obviously, they got Kane and Tarasenko. They're not coming back, right? But they still already have so much depth that I'm like, man, do they really need this kid? Like he's buried on the 3rd, 4th line.
And that's the thing. So you're not going to see that progression if you're buried on the.
Can you make the assumption that those stats are actually like pretty fucking good for being in the bottom 6, 39 points?
That's
pretty good
for being a bottom 6 player. Then
What if he had top line minutes? Like what if he played all the time? He was on the 2nd power play. Like he would be doing better than that, wouldn't you? You'd think he would be, right?
In theory, he should.
Yeah. So like that was something that I really thought, like, is Lafreniere a bust? I don't think so. I think there's a fine line where I'm like, all right,
he's a good player and just stuck on depth.
Exactly, and I think that's where the Rangers, if they're smart, I don't think they move him because he's cost controlled. They're probably just going to bridge him. Like he's not going to get a big deal, which might be best case scenario for them. Give him a 2-3 year deal at like $4 million, and then go through and see if he's going to be good. Right, you're not going to give him an 8-year deal right now.
No,
are you? I mean, unless you really think he's going to turn out to be a stud, and then you're like, oh my god, we got him at $6 million for 8 years. Like that's a joke.
I don't think that you can make that.
Almost like the McKinnon deal. Remember, he was making like $6 million, and he was getting like 110 points.
Yeah.
because he signed a long deal. They were just like, fucking go with it.
There.
Yeah. So I think that he just needs an opportunity, and that's just how it's going to go for the Rangers. Tanner Jeannot was a pickup at the deadline for Tampa Bay. My question to you is, might that be the worst trade deadline, first of all, pickup or trade of all time?
So bring up the trade.
Now I want to say all time, but like this is pretty damn bad. So here's his stats, okay? We're going to look at his career stats. So he is 25 years old, plays with an edge, obviously, right? I mean, I drafted him in my fantasy team this year just because he was totally good for Pims, right? He had a really good year with Nashville, 21-22. So last year had 41 points, 24 goals, right? Now, I think a lot of that was his shooting percentage was pretty damn high. Is that going to be replicated this year? Through 56 games with Nashville, he had 5 goals, 9 assists for 14 points, 85 Pims. Tampa at the trade deadline gives up a fucking plethora of draft picks. So they gave up first round pick in 25, second round in 24, a third, fourth, and fifth in 2023.
Ooh.
That's a lot of draft picks and Cal Foot, okay? For Tanner Jeannot. And he repaid them with 20 games in the regular season, 1 goal, 3 assists. And in the playoffs, he only played 3 games and had no points.
That is...
And he had one 5-minute major for, I forget who he fought against, Toronto.
That is just a bad trade.
That's a pretty bad trade, right? That's the first, like, Julien Brisebois, where I went, what are you doing? And I think we kind of were talking about that at our deadline show, where we were like, we quickly recapped everything. And I think we both were like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, what is this? And
there's no way they, like, bring him back, right? I mean, this is brutal. For that cost? Dude, even if I brought him in for, like, a second-round pick, I'd be like,
yeah,
shit, we misswung on that. That was a bad trade. 5 draft picks? Like, basically a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and Cal Foot. Right? That's literally...
yeah.
That's a great reaction. Right?
That's the only thing that you can do. Like,
oh my God.
That's a move that doesn't make sense.
Like, if you go back to the trade deadline, if you had a do-over, if you're a Tampa Bay fan, wouldn't you be like, get a defenseman?
You would think
we need
so.
a defenseman. Like, they were rocking, like, Darren Radish, who was, like, in the AHL most of the year. Like, Sergachev was, like, their top guy for a second. I mean, Chernak went out. Hedman went out. They were in trouble. They didn't have a lot of depth. But, I mean, and then Perbix was actually pretty decent. But Ian Cole, like, who the hell? That's not that deep.
It's slim pickings there.
That might have been the biggest screw-up for the Lightning at the deadline. Was picking up Tanner Jeannot and not picking up a defenseman. I have an interesting little hack for you.
Do share this hack.
It has to do with StubHub. And I saw this online, and I actually was like, holy shit, that actually might work. Okay. So if you go on StubHub or like SeatGeek and stuff like that,
yeah,
I feel like there are some holes in this theory, but what the hack said when I saw this was, if you want to go to a game, let's say we're going to go to like a Wings game, and what you do is you go, you buy the cheapest ticket.
Yeah.
Let's say it's like $20, like top row, nosebleeds in the corner, their shit, right? Once you get in and you go to the game, and you kind of like get to like game time, even like a few minutes in, you go back on StubHub, and you find like some really good tickets that haven't sold yet, and you just go sit there. You ever thought about that?
That is genius.
Why didn't people do this? Because remember, you're always looking like. Sometimes I remember having like seats like way up and like, first period you're like looking down.
Where can I go? Where can I move?
We could maybe go down there, right? You could literally take your phone out, check stuff.
We couldn't do that before because it was always.
Yeah,
we didn't have the technology. We didn't have the technology to do it.
But we've had it for years.
But now.
Now I know StubHub doesn't really tell you like what seats it is, but you could at least see the row.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, like this whole row's open. You
don't need to worry about that on a Tigers game, though.
No, and that's kind of what I want to do eventually is like go $6 and just like go walk around. But like for a game like that, you could. Like that would actually work pretty decent. If you, let's say, just like went down for warm-ups, kind of stayed down there for a second. You know, like, or walked in like you own the place, right? Or like they turn you away, like, all right, I'll go to the next
Yeah, you go to
horrible. Someone's gonna
especially
let
if
you
you're at warm-ups and you're like looking at stuff up at the same time. Okay, in this
like
same
these seats
session.
are fine, and you keep watching them, right?
Yeah.
Like they're still here. If they sell, you're like shit. Let's find the next ones, right?
Yeah.
And move.
Wouldn't
that be insane to try that?
We're gonna try it.
It's almost as funny as have you seen the videos of the guys like walking around and like just carrying a ladder, and they can get into any arena because they think they're maintenance. It's the same damn idea.
Pretty much.
It might work. Who knows? I think that's kind of a brilliant idea.
I would love to try it. I'm 100% in.
Some minor annoyances that I think I've had with Sportsnet, NHL Game Center. I don't know if you've had this, but like if I ever want to watch a highlight, I never go on Game Center anymore. I used to go on the app all the time, but there's always a 15-second ad every single time for like a 13-second clip. And I've just got so tired of it that I'll just go on Twitter and type in who scored. I'll search it, and there's always someone that posts it.
Yeah. So
I don't even go on there anymore. I mean, I understand advertising and stuff like that, but like, isn't that a little much?
You're gonna see it everywhere for everything now. It's
and it sucks because it's a 15-second video of a goal, but it's like I have to watch 15-second
another 15-second video just to watch the video.
Every one. So if I want to watch the first goal and then the second goal and then the third goal, I'm watching a 15-second clip like every time. Yeah. Every time I'm getting an ad. And I just wanted to say that that's bullshit.
It is.
And I need the NHL to be better.
Just especially if it's going to be like I said, three goals, just to have them all.
Like if I click on one, it just loops through them.
Yes.
Go there and watch them all, right?
Yeah.
I just think it's that. And like speaking of like Sportsnet, holy crap! I mean, another. I think at the beginning of the year we were talking about the whole Sportsnet and without Game Center. Like Game Center was way better with their coverage than Sportsnet was in terms of like watching different games, flipping back and forth, and the stability of the app. Because this year I just found like there was a few games I was watching where you can't go on social media. Sportsnet is so far behind. It's so delayed when you stream that like you miss shit. Like Elliot Friedman, who works for Sportsnet, is tweeting, "Oh, so and so goal, whatever, blah blah blah," and I'm like watching the game, like,
and then 2 seconds later, or
20 like literally 5 to 10 seconds after I look at a tweet that this guy typed out, it's literally a minute behind. I'm like, and then I look on Game Center, it's a minute behind. I'm looking at it, going like, "What are we doing here?" So I can't even look at my phone during the game because I ruin it. So, hey, Sportsnet, figure it the fuck out.
Do a little better.
Because if it's that delayed, I shouldn't be looking at pixels, man. There's nothing wrong with my internet, but it looks like a cloudy mess, like I'm watching fucking antenna TV where there's like 2 players and 2 pucks in the shadow.
It's like NHL '94.
I mean, I'd rather watch that, right? So I just think Sportsnet needs to either figure it out or just go back to Game Center, because up in Canada, we're getting the shaft.
We're getting hosed,
eh? The last thing that I thought would be fun to do, and we talk about this all the time, how me and you are like Jersey guys, Jersey losers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm assuming you have like a closet full. I do.
Yeah, I have a lot. I have so many basketball jerseys just because I wear those out in the summer.
Right.
Obviously, hockey jerseys, football jerseys. Yeah, you got a Rubbermaid or full of just jerseys.
Yeah, I literally have 2 like jersey bags, like suit bags of jerseys, and then I have a whole closet. Plus, like I have all of Shannon's jerseys too.
Yeah,
which is like she's got a ton of soccer ones, and like she's got like probably like 6 or 7 like hockey ones, and like this is actually nuts how much we have hanging in there. So what I thought would be fun is, under the desk right now, Brian is fondling me. He's not. But under the desk, we have some jerseys that we have. And we wanted to show people and each other some of our most random jerseys in our collection. Obviously, some are going to be from our favorite teams. Maybe not. Maybe not you. You have like some weird ones. I used to have a few, and maybe I'll mention them. But that I sold, but like when we went through our whole like Chinese AliExpress
phase,
like $20 jersey phase, I still have a few of them. So like, do you want me to go first, or you go first?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, everyone has seen this one before, and I did this when I did my 1-year Red Wings roster, which I did probably like a year and a half ago, something like that, where I did, players that had signed for like a year and that was it. Now, this one, he did 2 1-year stints with Detroit. He wore 2 different numbers. He had 26 and he had 62. Just flipped it because Thomas Yurko, okay? So if you haven't guessed yet, I don't know why the hell I bought this, but I have a Thomas Vanek Red Wings jersey.
Number 62.
So number 62. So I think this is the first go around for him. Maybe second. I don't even know, honestly. I just really liked Thomas Vanek.
Apparently.
I just thought he was like a good player.
Spend it,
And I mean, yeah, I know. Like it was like probably like $50.
On Alibaba Express.
That's a legit jersey. I don't know why. I wore it a few times to games. I just really liked. He had that like shootout move where he'd go like around the world and then just like snap it. He had that weird like his hands are so close.
The reason you probably bought it is because who else would have a Thomas Vanek jersey? You'd be one of the few people.
I guess so. I mean, we always do our like jersey watching, and like that would be one where I'd be like, "Oh my god, he's got a Vanek jersey." I haven't seen one like ever. I might have the only one.
There you go.
Seriously. Okay, let's see what you got under here.
All right, my first one I'm bringing out is a soccer jersey.
What? What do you have here?
I have a Manchester United.
Who's this?
Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Dude, I almost brought out my Germany Schweinsteiger jersey because I have one, like the black one. That's so funny you have that.
Bastian Schweinsteiger was a stud at Bayern Munich.
Okay.
And once they decided he was going away, Man U took him, and
was he there for like a year?
He was there for only 2 years. He only played 18 matches, and he only had 4 goals.
Bastian Schweinsteiger.
But he was one of my favorite players.
And then he played in Chicago for the Fire.
And he played 4 years in Chicago, and he did well.
Did he?
He did all right.
Okay, all right.
He held his own because everyone retires there. So
I mean, there's one. Now, would it be this equivalent to another Wings jersey here? But talking about someone that was like a franchise somewhere else and then came and really quickly, like 1 year and that was it. And I'm not talking Mike Madonna. I'm talking another 1 year out, Daniel Alfredson.
What a stud.
Okay, quick story about this jersey. So same thing. It's a legit, Reebok jersey. Okay, I'm number 11 when I play hockey all the time, so I thought it was sick that like someone other than Dan Cleary or Matthew Dandino was going to be number 11, and that's the year that Cleary wore 71 to let Alfie wear 11. And he was their best player that year. Like, people forget that, like, Datsuk got hurt, Zetterberg got hurt. I think that might have been the year they brought in, like, David Legwand. Like, it was that year, okay? And at the beginning of the year, I must have went to a preseason game, and I got one immediately. There was that guy at the Joe, like, that had his little kiosk set up. It wasn't even in the pro shop. It was, like, the jersey guy, right?
Yeah.
And I want a red Alfredson jersey. He's like, yeah, I got one. Here you go. He's like, it was the first preseason game of the year. Because I went, I have to be the first one that has one of these, and maybe only one. And then, like, a week later, I was at, do you remember when Grand Rapids played at WFC Center in Windsor?
Yeah.
Me and Shannon went to that, and I was wearing this jersey, okay, watching the Griffins, because I was watching, I think it was the beginning of the year, because they had Cali Yarncroke. He was in the lineup for Grand Rapids, and he got traded. And I look up, and in the like, not even in a press box, like at the top of like the corner, Ken Holland, Jim Bedard, I don't think it was Jim Nill, I think it was Ryan, what was his name? Ryan Martin, assistant GM. They're watching the game. Like, yeah, there's Ken Holland. So in the intermission, I went up wearing this jersey, like just said hi, whatever. I know I chirped the shit out of him. I have a picture with Ken Holland from like, how long was it? 8-9 years ago now?
Give or take, yeah.
Wearing this, and I turn around and show him, and he goes, you got to be the first one that got that jersey. I go, I think I was, because I was at the first preseason game. So there's a funny story about my Alfredson jersey, but he was actually, like, I would say, for a 1 year Red Wing, I loved Alfie. I loved that signing. I thought it was great. Hopefully it would have worked out a little better if, Pav and Hank were a little bit more.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know what?
What are you rocking here?
We're going to go Red Wings as well.
We've talked about this one before. This is listen, he didn't buy this, okay?
I did not. I was gifted to me.
Someone might have bought it, okay? I don't know who.
So we got a nice Detroit Red Wings.
Okay, but it's 24. It's Chris Chelios for sure.
Chris Chelios, Bob
No, it's Proby.
Right? It's some we're rocking Damien fucking Bruner.
Damien Bruner. Okay, This is an interesting one because I don't even know. I just gave it to you, right? I was like, here, take it.
You're getting rid of a bunch of jerseys.
You're like, yeah, I'll take it.
I said, sure, it's something to wear.
Damien Brunner, like another one, 1 year, and like it was the lockout shortened year.
1 year, and he put up a great number. Do you know he's still playing?
The Swiss League, right?
The Swiss
Is
League,
he with Zug? Still, he was there before. Because that's where Zetterberg played in the shortened lockout, and he like convinced them to come over.
He is playing. No, for EHC Beal.
Okay, he's still Swiss, right?
Yeah, still.
Yeah, so he's still in the same league. Yeah, I mean, he had a good year, and it was like...
He went to Jersey then, but
yeah, I don't know,
wasn't
he left.
able
It was really weird.
to do anything there.
Yeah, I mean, he got in the doghouse pretty quickly, and then he left. But, like, man, what a weird, like, quick stint. Like, he was really good. It was that line of, I think it was Nyquist, Joachim Andersen, and Damien Brunner. That was the year in 2013 where, like, they beat... who did they beat in the first? It was Anaheim. They beat Anaheim in 7. Then they went on to play Chicago, and they went up 3-1. And they lost in 7. I remember that Brent Seabrook overtime goal. Bullshit. But anyway, okay, my turn next. Okay, this one's hilarious.
Your turn.
This is the only jersey that I have for the Grand Rapids Griffins. Now, I love this. This is the old logo. This is the old colors. This is possibly an Alibaba type jersey or Rally Express. What do we call it? So this is the old logo. I really like it. But the funniest thing is the
25.
You know who that is?
I don't know, but it has the vintage there.
Dylan Larkin. Dylan Larkin, Grand Rapids. He was number 25. He only played in the playoffs because he signed after Michigan's season was done, and he played in the playoffs. I don't even know how many games it was, but I somehow found this because I said I wanted a Grand Rapids jersey, and I'm like, Larkin was pretty sweet at the time. He was in Detroit. I'm like, that'd be kind of cool to get one of these, right?
That is a pretty cool jersey.
If I went to a Grand Rapids game, I would definitely throw this bad boy on because I mean it looks pretty sick, right? I mean,
wear it at a Wings game.
I'm not gonna wear it at a Wings game, but we do need to go to a Grand Rapids game.
We do.
I would say that. Do you have any more here, bud?
2 more.
2 more. I got 1 more, so that'll work.
All right.
Okay. What do we got? What do we got here?
So we got an NBA jersey.
Okay.
Number 7, LA Clippers.
Who's that?
It's a guy called Sam Decker.
Who?
So I bought this jersey.
Here, show to people. Decker.
I bought this jersey.
Eric Decker?
For like $4 on Fanatics. It's a legit Adidas jersey.
Okay. Like just because it was cheap? You're like,
just because it was cheap. And that was the only reason I bought it.
That's amazing.
His NBA stats are horrible. Like, he doesn't even play in the NBA. He's only 29 years old, and he's been playing in Europe. I think he's playing in London for the London Lions.
That might be made up. I don't even know.
His NBA average was, I think, like 5 points a game.
Well, I mean, good for him. He's crushing it.
He played a season for Houston where he had his best year. Then he went to the Clippers. He had a cup of coffee with Toronto, and yeah, for $4, I couldn't go wrong with that jersey.
I mean, that's interesting because now Ferrado, our buddy there, he has that's kind of where I had the idea to go like, who's our most random jerseys? I swear to God, since like 2004, we were like 14 years old. It might have been a Value Village purchase. I'd have to like ask him like, wait, where did you get it from? It must have been. He has an Atlanta Falcons Peerless Price jersey. Remember Peerless Price? Wide receiver? Yeah. Right? Hell if I know.
Why?
I don't, because it's probably like that, like cheap. Like, why do you have that jersey? Like, that one might be the most random one we've done so far. I don't know if I can beat it. This might. Okay. People don't know I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. I have been for, like, since I was 2003 or 2004, something like that. And I have, my very first jersey was a black Terrell Owens jersey. Because 04, 05, I think he was, maybe 06. He was there for a couple seasons. He was on NFL 2K5, which is the best football video game of all time, and no one will ever convince me otherwise. Madden can suck it. It's terrible, okay? I also have a big Dick Nick Foles jersey. It's a white one from probably some site, right? Now, that one's wearable. Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, okay? I also have a Carson Wentz jersey, a midnight green, which is going to be converted into an A.J. Brown because I have the name bar that I'm going to stitch over top, okay? And I just recently there was a sale on the Eagles site, and I may have got a black Brian Westbrook and a midnight green Jalen Hurts. But, in the meantime, I forget what year this was, okay? It was the Dream Team, 2010 or 11. Michael Vick and all these guys, like Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy, all these guys. They're supposed to be the stud team. Vince Young said we're the dream team. He was the backup. They signed this cornerback, I think, from Oakland, named Nnamdi Asomugha. I think it was pronounced like Asomugha. Asomugha. And I don't know why I decided to get the guy's jersey. And this guy sucked wangers. He was not good. And I think they might have released him like the first year because he was not good. They gave him this monster contract. He was only targeted like 9 times in Oakland. So they thought like, oh, this guy's awesome. He was not good. And so I just have this jersey that I just haven't worn before. And it's heavy. I mean, it's got the holes and everything in it, but I'll never wear it. It's just in my closet, just hanging there. So that's probably the most random jersey I have that I own currently. But I mean, let's see. What do you got? This is the last one, right?
Very last one, and it is.
Let's go! Flying Peas. Who's this guy? This clown.
Ryan Bobo Raider. Number 26.
No, I love it. Dude, okay.
I was going to sign it for you, but...
Don't sully it like that, okay? Okay, the quick story about this jersey is back in I don't know, we were maybe 2021, something like that.
Out of a jersey.
University of Windsor intramurals. I had the Flying V's, and it was like our Tier 1 team. Pull that bad boy up. Let's show the people. Now, I'm going to give him the lowdown on what this is. Yeah, throw it on. Put it on here.
Sake.
Yes, sir. Just like signing a press conference room right now. Welcome, sir. Congrats. Flying Peas. Okay.
With the A.
I'm going to tell you what this is, because I don't even know if you know. Okay, so when I had the Flying V's, okay, our logo was basically like Mighty Ducks, right?
Yeah.
Flying V. So it was a V with like the Red Wings kind of like the wing on it, like
like that.
Part of it, right? Boom. It was on each side. So one was here, one was there, right? Because I went, cool. And it was like red and white colors. It was kind of a Red Wings-esque jersey. The second year, I had so many guys that wanted to play, I had to create a second team instead of saying no. So I did a Tier 2 team. Now, one of our players always assumed for some reason the Flying V's, I don't know why he didn't think it was Mighty Ducks. He thought it meant Flying Vajayjays, okay?
The Flying
Vaginas. And I thought it was kind of hilarious because for some reason the V at the bottom had a gap in it. And then he's like, look, the wings are like the ovaries, the fallopian tube. I'm like, oh my God, he's like a cross-section. Like the Mooterus from the Dallas Stars. And I couldn't unsee it. I'm like, you piece of shit, right? So I decided to name my farm team the Flying Peas, okay? And I don't even know where I got this logo from. But I don't know, it kind of looks like the sack and the wanger, maybe a little bit of bush. Now, this here, the whole thing, was because at the time, Steve Yzerman was the GM of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I had this stupid obsession with, I want the Lightning to do well because I love Steve Yzerman.
Yeah.
That was kind of the old Tampa Bay kind of jersey, right? Like how the logo used to look. And I decided, okay, I'll just get this jersey. We do have a second one. Jersey. We had a white jersey with like a almost graffiti looking Flying Peas logo, right? So I remember that one. I don't know.
So the first year of this, I wasn't honored wearing the A.
Yeah, you were.
Not the first year.
Really?
Second year.
We smacked it on you? Yeah, you deserved it.
On.
You deserved it.
And
Kurt was our captain.
This is probably the most random jersey I own. Actually, no, I'm gonna say Sam Decker is.
Yeah, I don't know who Sam Decker is. I know who Bobo Rager is. That guy's a stud, right? So I thought that was just something fun we could do. I know I used to have like a Lanny McDonald, Colorado Rockies. Like I had
sold
weird
a bunch
ones
of jerseys.
like that, right?
I had my Sakic.
Yeah, I had one of those too, but I thought it was kind of fun.
Oops.
Oh, here we go, some titties out. Yeah, I'm not even gonna blur that out. I want people to see.
Yeah, look at this.
Don't get blood flow, bud. So we covered a lot today. I want people to kind of look out for maybe a little bit of different content. Just like smaller YouTube videos. We're gonna have some TikToks coming out. We talked about that before. We're getting rid of it, but and also we are gonna have some of our stuff for the Buschy and Bobo show and for Red Wings Report is going to be on 5v5hockey.com. which is our buddy Josh Paterno's website. It is live. He's still working on it. It's a kind of a daily fantasy and year-long fantasy. He's put a ton of work into it so far in terms of, it's interesting. It's one of these things where I think I want to kind of have him on to talk about it, to explain it, because he explained it to me and I was like, wow, this is in-depth. This is pretty sweet. Like, we could probably even use it for, it's kind of the advanced stat type stuff that we like to do. So look forward to more of that content. I think there's probably going to be like a lot more in terms of like scheduling all this stuff. I love doing the editing and all that stuff, and I kind of want to show you that right now because it's going to be fun to do. But in the meantime, let's keep going with the playoffs. I mean, I'm sure we'll do another pod during or after the Cup final, and we'll see what random fucking team wins the Stanley Cup this year.
Yeah.
Because no one has won it since 06 Carolina, right? So someone who kind of knew is going to win the Cup. You got anything else to say? Any closing thoughts here, bud? Or
No.
Good to go? No. Man, a few words. Until next time, it's the Buschy and Bobo Show. I'll see you soon.
Buy your jersey.
$5.
I'll give you a hug.
All right.